the Disney Channel.
Wonderful world of Disney.
Hey, Dave, look at that. Sam. His name is Sam.
Tonight, on the wonderful world of Disney, the survival of Sam the Pelican.
Rushing here and there, chasing after riches, this is not for you. It is time now to be all alone. Find a new way of living, all your today to some shore far away. Must escape now from the crowd, travel onward to the sea. This is your year, time of change for you. Going from the city peaceful to the sea, search within you, find your song to sing. Everybody wants you doing some other thing. Turning wheels roll along to a place you'll be strong. Clear blue water, wind and sea, build your spirit, set you free. Somewhere out there, ocean highway, leading on to freedom, leading to the sea, you may learn there how truth can ring. It's a lonely task of finding your own thing. Turning wheels roll along to a place you'll be strong. Clear blue water, wind and sea, teach your spirit to be free. Teach your spirit to be free. Rick was in trouble.
Not with the law or anything like that. He just wasn't making it. He wasn't flunking out, but he wasn't doing too well either. And his folks were at him about it all the time. Like a lot of kids his age, he was sort of mixed up. Didn't really know what he was going to do with his life. So when school was out, he just hopped on his bike and came on down here to the Keys. All alone. No schedule, no plans. Just take things as they came.
Hi. Come down from Miami?
I escaped from Miami.
Know what you mean.
What is that, an old cannonball?
Yeah. Cleaning her up.
Is it on the bottom?
Yeah. You know something about old shipwrecks?
Oh, just what I've read. You found one, huh?
Yeah. An old one. It's been worked over, but you never know.
Where is it? Or am I supposed to ask that?
Outside. On the Atlantic side. Want a diver with me?
Sure.
You got any gear?
Well, I got masks, snorkel, and fins.
Good. I got extra tanks and a regulator. Peter Barnes.
Rick Preston. You live here?
Yeah. My granddad runs the place. Want to go tomorrow morning early?
Yeah, that's fine. Say, is there somewhere around here I could camp?
It's all yours.
Looking for sunken treasure was something new and different. And after all, that's what Rick was down here for. Might as well go along.
In the 16th century alone, Spain lost over $60 million in cargoes. Most all of it in the Florida Straits between here and Cuba. They got caught in storms and broke up on reefs. One of them, the Santa Rosa, went down off Key Largo carrying more than 30 million in gold. Never been found either.
Sounds like you've been doing your homework.
Well, you got to if you're going to know where to start looking.
You find any gold yet?
A little silver is all, but no gold.
And all were kind of exciting, and it was fun to meet somebody like Pete, who really knew what he wanted and was working at it. But it wasn't what Rick was trying to find. If he could just get away for a while and really be alone, have some time to think things out.
Found these last week.
From the dive site?
Yeah, it's old stuff. 17th century. I had it checked out.
Oh, that's great.
Hey, look, Rick. My granddad and I have to pick up a charter in Key West in the big boat. We'll be gone a week or so. Why don't you hang around? Dive that wreck. You might find something.
Well, thanks. I appreciate that. But I had another idea I've been thinking about. Think you could take me out to one of those keys way out there and just leave me?
What for?
Well, I don't know. Kind of like to see them. Get away from the world for a few days.
Not much on those keys. Mangroves. No fresh water.
I could bring fresh water.
Something could happen to you and no one would know.
Like what?
I don't know. There's snakes. Currents around those keys are strong.
I've got fins. I've been in currents before.
You really want to do that, huh? Okay. We'll leave at first light.
So that's how Rick's big adventure began. He was on his way all right, even though he didn't know where to. But he did have a sort of feeling of what it was he wanted to find out here. Himself.
Sure you'll be all right?
Sure. This is why I came down here. To find a place like this. It's perfect.
Pick you up in a week, right here on this beach.
Right. Right here.
Stay cool. You shouldn't have any trouble finding food. There's plenty of good fishing out here.
Great. I was planning on looking for lunch after I got my camp set up.
Okay, I got it.
Well, Rick had finally gotten what he'd asked for. He was really on his own. No boat, no way to get help, nothing but himself and this little spit of sand. It didn't take Rick long to find that food wasn't going to be a problem. But all of a sudden, it began to sound like he was right back on the freeway again.
I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to run you down. What are you doing out here?
I was diving for lobster.
You're a long ways from home.
My camp's right over there.
Here, let me give you a hand. Dave Weyburn.
Rick Preston.
Hey, how'd you get out here? Don't you have a boat?
No, a guy's gonna pick me up in a week.
Survival living, huh?
Right. In fact, I was diving for lunch when I heard you.
Here, have some lunch.
Thanks.
Hey, look. My partner got sick. Had to go back to Miami. I could stand some help.
Doing what?
Taking a census of pelicans. I'm with the Department of Fish and Wildlife. We're making a survey. Won't be all work. Plenty of time to go fishing, diving.
I'll get my gear.
I'll give you a hand.
It seemed like Rick was having a hard time being alone, but he was still letting whatever came to him just happen, so he went with it.
Like it or not, here's some breakfast. They're getting breakfast too. It's really a full-time job for them this time of year.
You know, when you see them skimming along the water and going into their dives, they look to be so graceful. It's just when they hit, they look bad. Like they're trying out for a destruction derby or something.
Yeah, well, they may look a little ungainly at times, but really it's all part of a very well-coordinated effort. You see, they regulate their altitude to the depth the fish are swimming at. The deeper the fish, the higher they go before they dive. You notice on the way down, the head goes right for the target. It never moves. And the rest of the body twists all over the place. If you could follow them under, you'd see how their pouches really work. On the average, they scoop up about 2.5 gallons of water, and hopefully the fish comes right in with it. Catching the fish is only half the battle, though. Once they get to the surface, the trick is to drain all that water out of the sides of their pouch without losing the fish along with it. Once in a while they do, and that's what the seagulls hang around for.
They aren't even very polite about it, are they?
No, they do everything they can to make it happen. They aren't likely to get much, especially not this time of year during nesting season.
Dave had obviously been out here before. He seemed to know just where all the nesting places were and even what time of day was best for each one.
Here, have a look through these.
They sure don't seem to mind us hanging around, do they? It's like they could care less.
Well, they shouldn't. Pelicans don't have very many natural enemies. Sea lions kill a few of them in the Pacific, and occasionally a shark might grab one, but that's about all. Their biggest bother is the mosquitoes.
Hey, look, there's some newborns.
Yeah, you'd be hard-pressed to find anything much uglier. There's one of the main reasons for the survey, Rick. Right over there.
You mean the eggs?
Yeah, to try to find out how many are healthy. See, the problem recently has been egg breakage due to pollution. It's been pretty severe out in California and Louisiana. Swing in towards shore, I'll show you what I mean.
By pollutants, do you mean stuff like insecticides?
Yeah, in certain areas, the insecticides get concentrated in the fish the pelicans are feeding on. It's a long story, but the end result is a chemical imbalance that causes the eggs to have such thin shells they collapse during incubation. So far, we've been pretty lucky here in Florida. We haven't had too much of it. Make sure, though, we keep a close head count on the number of young that are hatched each year.
Sounds like a big job.
No, not really. Before they're even 2 weeks old, the pelican chicks leave their nests and form juvenile colonies. Having them all bunched together like that sure makes them a lot easier to count.
fluttering their pouches like that? Is there something wrong?
Oh, no, that's just their way of keeping cool. Like a dog pants to keep cool.
I bet you bird watchers go absolutely crazy out here.
Sure do. Besides the pelicans, some of the prettiest birds Florida has to offer live on these keys. Like that snowy egret. Those are baby snowies in that nest there. Those are man-o'-war birds. That big fella up there is a blue heron. That one over there drying his wings is called an anhinga.
What's that up there?
It's a caracara. It's a member of the hawk family. Okay, I think that ought to do it here. There's a colony a couple miles over I want to check out before it gets too late.
You know, one of the things I've been noticing about these guys is that after a certain stage, they all seem to look alike. How do you know how old they are?
Well, it isn't easy. You see up there the ones we're coming up on now? Well, they're about 6 or 7 weeks old. Still in the downy stage. They get their flight feathers somewhere around 4 months, but after that, they're very slow to mature. They won't get their full adult plumage till somewhere between 3 and 5 years. Most people don't know this, but pelicans can live 40 or 50 years, even longer. Of course, they do kind of lose their looks after they're about 25. Now, this is a little older juvenile colony than the first ones we saw.
What's all that wing flapping?
Flight training. The adults show them how, and the babies keep working at it until they get it right. Look out! Whew, that was close.
Without thinking about it, Rick was beginning to get sort of turned on to these big, ugly old birds. Suddenly taking off and then just sailing free and easy on the wind. He even found himself sort of wishing he could be a pelican, even though it was a funny combination. Squatting there in the mangroves, they didn't look like much, but when they were doing what they were meant to do, they sure were beautiful.
This non-stop lunch that's going on here is starting to make me hungry. What do you say we pull off for a while, have something to eat ourselves?
Dave, look at that. See it?
Yeah, come on. Nobody's gonna hurt you. Just take it easy. Besides getting tangled up in some fishing line, looks like he hurt his wing. Poor little guy, he's just barely out of the nest.
What can we do?
Nothing.
Well, what'll happen to him?
He'll probably die.
He looks healthy. He just hurt his wing. Can we fix it?
Well, no, it takes time and... Well, actually, it doesn't look that bad.
Can we try?
I gotta leave in a day or so. He'll be all yours.
That's okay.
Okay. I'm kind of glad you're in the project, Rick.
Yeah, sure. Now we're babysitters.
Oh, really? My partner and I probably would have just logged this bird off and forgot about him. That's a big problem with this job. You're on the move so much trying to be at the right place at the right time. And unfortunately, you tend to lose sight of the individual, like this poor guy here.
Sam. His name is Sam.
Yeah, kind of looks like a Sam. Looks kind of hungry, too.
Come on, Sam. Open up. Come on. Come on, Sam. Come on. Come on. Come on.
No wonder you won't eat. You're doing it the wrong way. You're supposed to put the fish in your mouth, then let Sam stick his beak in and hunt for it.
Come on. Come on, Sam. Come on, Sam. Come on. That's it. That's a good fella.
Hey, Rick. I've got a scrapbook over here you might be interested in. I didn't want you to think all fish and wildlife people do is count pelicans. There's hundreds of other species of birds in Florida, and 80-some species of land animal. And we try to keep tabs on all of them. Like the miniature key deer. They live down on Big Pine Key, in a federal game preserve. One of the rarest we have is the Florida panther. Only about 40 or 50 of those fellas left. Of course, we keep an eye on the more plentiful ones, too, like the otters and the raccoons. The bulk of our work, though, is in the Everglades. That's where most of our more exotic critters live, like the wood ibis and the flamingos. The Everglades, by the way, is the only tropical wilderness we have here in the United States. We also keep a running total on the 700 or so species of fish we have. Oh, yes, and the alligators and the crocodiles. Poaching is our biggest problem with them. People are always trying to make shoes and wallets out of them.
You know, those are two I've never been able to tell apart.
Yeah, well, it's easy, really. The gators have broad, rounded snouts, and the crocs long, pointy ones. Either way, though, we tend to count them from a distance. But right now, the project is pelicans. Isn't that right, Sam?
As the easygoing, peaceful work kept on, Rick began to feel more and more like he was a part of something. Kind of at home with the sun and sea and all the life around him. Maybe he did belong somewhere after all.
remember you said something about that.
I don't want to, but I have to. Look, I've been thinking. I go north and east out of here to Marathon. But I could drop you off at Bonefish Lodge along the way.
Oh, no thanks. Peter's gonna pick me up in a couple of days now. Over on that key where you found me.
You'll be all right here alone, huh?
Yeah? That was my original plan, survival alone. Anyway, now I've got Sam.
Thanks again, Rick, for all the help. Take good care of Sam now.
Be seeing ya.
At last, Rick was all by himself, like he'd wanted in the first place. Except for Sam, of course. But that was okay. Sam needed his help. And somehow, too, he was like Rick's own personal link with all the other life that was going on around him. Nature was talking to Rick, and he was beginning to listen. For all the living creatures, hear the voices deep within them. Nature tells them what to do. You must listen to her too. And the doubts that you've been feeling disappear in growing friendship. And the whispers in your heart let you know it's really true. For in nature lies the answer, and the life that you are seeking here truly will find it. And it's here that you'll begin to reach the lonely reasons, all the dreams so long forgotten, the future you will follow, and the truth that lies within.
it. I got you. Give me your arm. That's it. Come on. You okay, old buddy?
Yeah. Thanks, Pete.
Who's your friend?
That's Sam. He hurt his wing.
What are you going to do with him?
I don't know. He can't fly yet. He couldn't fish or feed himself.
We'll have to bring him along.
By now, Rick had gotten real fond of old Sam and felt responsible for him. He didn't really know how to help him, but he should have known that taking him back to civilization was bound to start a whole new set of problems. Pete's idea was that nature would take its own course, and the bait tank seemed like a natural place to start.
There you go, Sam. They're all yours. See there? He's grabbing bait fish. He can feed himself.
Not yet. He's got to fly. See, he can dive for fish like other pelicans. He could never survive just swimming after fish.
Okay, then. Let's see if he'll fly. Well, I guess you're right. He isn't quite ready to fly yet, is he?
For the next couple of weeks, Rick didn't do much else but babysit Sam. In fact, between feeding him and making sure he didn't wander off and get in trouble, Rick was so busy with Sam's problems, he had almost forgotten his own. Besides, he was getting more attached to the ugly old guy all the time.
Sam? 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 Sam, where are you?
When the great day finally came, even though Rick knew it had to come and had been hoping for it, it still took him by surprise. Rick really felt good that he had helped Sam, and it was sure true that without Rick, Sam never would have made it. He looked beautiful up there, sailing along on the wind, but it meant Rick was losing a friend, too, and it was kind of sad.
Hey, Rick.
Sam's gone. Flew off this morning.
He flew? Sam actually flew? Hey, that's great. I never thought he'd make it. I thought Sam would be the world's first all-walking pelican.
Yeah. I just hope he'll survive. Without his parents around to teach him, he probably doesn't know half the things he needs to know.
Rick was right. There was an awful lot Sam didn't know. But one of the few things he learned was that the place to get food was around people.
What is it?
It's a pelican.
Is he hurt?
Yeah, it looks that way.
Nothing I could do.
Maybe somebody ought to call the vet or something.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Sam? Sam, is that you? Excuse me, please, let me through. It's okay, Sam. You got any pliers? Thanks. Come on now, hold still.
Yeah, that sure does.
There, that's got it. Okay, you can let go now. I'll take care of it.
Rick didn't know just what to do now. He had brought Sam here in the first place trying to help him. Then when he'd finally gotten well and went out on his own, he got right back in trouble again. Rick was afraid he'd never be able to make it out there as a wild bird, but he sure didn't belong in civilization either, living tame like somebody's pet.
Open up. Open. Hey. Hey.
It wouldn't be long, though, before Rick came to realize how completely out of place Sam really was here.
Come on. Come on. Go after it. Grab it. Okay, that's it. Break it up. Let's get out of here. Come on, Sam.
Hey, mister, you mind if we take a picture of your bird? Honey, go put your hat on the bird.
Oh, yeah. Look at this.
All at once, Rick understood the whole thing, crystal clear.
Go on. Go. Go on, Sam. Go, Sam. Go. Take off. You don't belong here. Go, Sam. Get out of here. Go. Go on.
The one thing Rick knew was that Sam was a wild thing. And one way or another, he had to survive out there on his own. When it comes right down to it, everybody has to make it on his own. Rick had been confused and in trouble, but understanding Sam's problem had somehow helped him understand his own. Now he knew for sure what he had to do. The same thing Sam was. Go back where he belonged, find his own thing, and make it work.
Hey, what are you doing?
Going home.
Why?
I got things to do.
Gonna miss a diving buddy.
Well, I hope you find what you're looking for.
You too.
Turning wheels roll along. From this place you've been strong. Clear blue water, wind and sea. Now your spirit can be free. This is your year. Time of change for you. Finding new horizons, wisdom of the sea, you must go now. a song to sing. Like all other young, go out and use your wings. Turning wheels, skim along, like the wide wings so strong, wings that taught your mind to see, taught your